Hello students, in this video we are discussing about the first is definition of oxidation and reduction. The second one we are talking about oxidation state and how to balance redox equation using oxidation state method. And the last is nomenclature. Okay. How to name a compound. Firstly, for covalent. Covalent from non-metal plus non-metal, yeah. The rule is first name the number of atom as mono when the number is 1, di when the number of atom is 2, tri when the number of atom is 3, tetra when the number of atom is 4, penta when the number of atom is 5, hexa when the number of atom is 6. Second, name the first element as the name of the element. So original name. 3. Name the second element as the name of element with suffix "ide". For example, here we have carbon. That's the first. The first is the name of the element. So the name is carbon. Cl is chlorine. That's the second. The second with suffix "ide". So chloride. But the number is 4. 4 is tetra. So the name of CCl4 is carbon tetrachloride. SO2. S is sulfur. 2 is di. O from oxygen with suffix "ide". So the name is sulfur dioxide. SF6 sulfur. Hexa. F is fluoride. 1 for the first element does not mention, so the name is not monocarbon but carbon. But when the number of atom 1 is on the second element, such as CO, then you need to mention the number 1 as mono. So the name of CO is carbon monoxide or carbon monoxide. You don't need to mention 1 in the first element. So the name is not monocarbon but carbon monoxide. Yeah. So the name is carbon monoxide. Carbon 2 dioxide. Sulfur 2 difluoride. Carbon 2 disulfide. Phosphor 3 chloride. Here nitrogen dioxide. This one sulfur dichloride. This one phosphor, 5 is penta, chloride. Here, the number of N is 2, so we need to mention 2 first. Dinitrogen 3 oxide. For organic compound, here we have the basic group for nomenclature is group alkene. Alkene group has general formula CnH2n plus 2. So when the number of C is 1, then the number of H is 2 times 1 plus 2, then 4. So CH4. CH4 is methane, C2H6 is ethane, C3H8 is propane, C4H10 is butane, C5H12 is pentane, C6H14 is hexane. CH4 is methane, C2H6 is ethane, C3H8 is propane. That's the alkane. For other group, for example, here we have alcohol or alkanol. CH3OH we can assume as a derivative or derived from CH4 by changing one H from CH4 with OH group. The group name is alkanol. The alkane CH4 name is methane. So the alkanol CH3OH is methanol. C2H6 is ethane. So C2H5OH is ethanol. For propane, there are 3 possibilities. OH in here, or OH in the middle. For this one is propane 1-ol. This one is propane 2-ol because the OH is in the carbon number 2. In here, the OH is in carbon number 1. There are some substances that have specific name. So for NH3, we don't say this is nitrogen trihydride, but the name is ammonia. PH3 is not phosphor trihydride, but phosphine. N2H4 is hydrogen. CONH2 times 2 is urea. C6H12O6 is glucose. H2O is not the hydrogen oxide but water. C12H22O11 is sucrose or sugar, sugar, table sugar. For ionic compound consists of cation and anion. For cation first, group 1, Na plus, K plus, Li plus, Ab plus, Cs plus. The name is the name of the metal. So for cation is the name of the metal, or NH4 plus, the name is ammonium. For cation from metal, we just say the name of the metal. For cation NH4 plus, the name is ammonium. So here, when we have NaBr, the name of the metal is sodium. That's the name of the cation. Br is bromide. For group 2, the ion is +2, magnesium, the name is magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium. Group 13 or group 3A, aluminium, gallium. For transition, more than one oxidation state, for example, iron +2 and +3. The name is iron 2 or ferrous, and iron 3 for Fe3 plus or ferric. For example, we have FeCl2 in here. Cl comes from HCl because this is salt, metal, and acid. So here H is +1, Cl is -1. So Cl -1 times 2. 2 times -1, then -2. So the Fe in here is +2. So the name of FeCl2 is iron 2 chloride or ferrous chloride. For silver, +1, zinc, +2. For example, ZnSO4. Because only the value only +2 only, there is no other value, then we don't need to put the oxidation state in the name. So ZnSO4, the name just zinc sulfate. We don't need to write the oxidation 2 in here. Don't need. Nickel +2. For example, NeCl2. And the name is nickel chloride. For ionic, we don't need to mention the number here. We don't need to mention the number 2 by die. Or when we have Fe3 plus join with SO4 2 minus, Fe3 plus join with SO4 2 minus, the formula become Fe2 SO4 times 3. The name, just the name of the cation, that's the name of the metal. The name of the metal, because there are 2, then we need to give information here. The iron is 3. Iron 3, sulfate 6. Because sulfate, there are SO3 2 minus and SO4 2 minus, so sulfate 6. When we have FeCl3, the name is not iron 3 chloride, but iron 3 in here is the oxidation state of Fe, not this one, not 3 in here. 3 in here does not mention Then Cl is chloride. Couple 1, cupros, couple 2, cupric. Mercury +1 +2. +1 mercury 1 +2 mercury 2. Or the lower value hydrargyrus. The higher hydrargyric. For example, we have HgNO3 times 2, because NO3 is -1, because from HNO3. Then the value of NO3 times 2 is -2, and the Hg is +2. So Hg oxidation state in HgNO3 times 2 is +2. The name is mercury 2. Then the anion is nitrate, or mercury 2 nitrate. In here is N is +5, nitrate 5. When we have Fe NO2 times 2, NO2 comes from HNO2. The oxidation state of N in here is +3, +1, 2 times -2. So the name of this one is iron 2, because this Fe is in here is +2, NO2 -1. So the name is iron 2 nitrate 3, because the oxidation state of N is 3. For Cu, NO3 times 2, NO3 -1, the N in NO3 -1 is +5, when the Cu in here is +2, so the name is copper 2, because the oxidation state of Cu is 2. And then NO3 is nitrate 5, or you can say as cupric nitrate. Halide from halogen -1, the anion, F-, Cl-, Ba-, I-, fluoride, chloride, bromide, iodide, S2- sulfide, O2- oxide, N3- nitrite, NO2- nitrite, or nitrate 3. 3 is the oxidation state of N in NO2- 1. Here the oxidation state of N is +3, because O is 2 times -2, -4. Then totally is -1, +3 -4, -1. SO3 2- is sulfide or sulfate 4. 4 is the oxidation state of S. NO3- is nitrate 5. SO4 2- is sulfate or sulfate 6. PO3 minus is phosphide or phosphate 3. PO43 minus is phosphate or phosphate 5. HCOO minus is fomate or metanoate. CH3COO minus is acetate or ethanoate. C2O42 minus is oxalate. S2O3 2 minus is thiosulfate, and Cn minus is cyanide. For example, Ca, Cn, because Cn is minus 1, Ca plus 2, then Ca, Cn2. The name is calcium cyanide. Another example. Na2S2O3. S2O3 is minus 2. Na is plus 1. So the formula of the compound is Na2. This is times 2. S2O3. The name is sodium. The name of the metal sodium. And S2O3 is thiosulfate. So sodium thiosulfate. Another example. CH3COO minus with aluminum, for example. Aluminum is plus 3. Acetate is CH3COO minus. And the formula of the compound is Al CH3COO times 3. The name is aluminium or aluminum acetate or aluminum ethanoate. This one. Cation Na plus, Ba2 plus, Al3 plus. When the anion is S2 minus or sulfide, then the formula is Na2S or sodium sulfide. For ionic compounds, you just combine the name of the metal from the cation and the name of the anion. For this one, barium chloride. What's this one? You can fill the rest.